Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it. You already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye, bye. Let's get straight to this intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. So let's get down to business, okay? I seen that Jayren TV decided to respond. Jayren, or is it Jayren? And his father, Pops, right? They decided to respond to the video that I put out addressing the situation as to Jayren's Pops coming into my live, addressing me and getting at me some type of way. Now, according to them, and I can tell you that Jayren got at me behind the scenes and let me know that it was a fake account, that it was literally somebody, some idiot decided to try to cause tension between myself and Jayren, and for what fucking wild reason, I have no idea. So for that, I owe an apology to the Pops and to Jayren for even mentioning them when there's no reason to, because they are none of my business as well as I am none of their business. Okay, and I don't even think our paths would have ever crossed if it wasn't for some idiot trying to stir up. So kudos to you, idiot. You won. You got me, right? You had me believing that Jayren's Pops would get at me that type of way. Now, I've watched them for years. Okay, I've watched them two individuals, Jayren and his Pops, accumulate numbers, do views, and do good work in what they do. And they are absolutely right. I watched their response video that they made. It was hilarious. It was good. It was real, right? And a lot of the things that they said, I can agree with and I can attest to. You know, not only do they focus on Northern California rap music or Southern California rap music, but them two individuals have been looking at music from all over the world for years, okay? And I think they're just hip-hop lovers of the culture, and people that seen a lane, jumped in the whip, and got on down the road with it. I respect it, man. To each their own. I think my whole get down with what I'm trying to say, and I hope that they clearly understand me, is that what they are doing is entertaining. It's definitely entertainment. It entertains me. I just think when you cross over from going into, you know, reviewing music and doing your reviews on music, which is cool, which is always going to be cool. I mean, anything you do in life is on you. No one can tell you or dictate your program except for you, especially when you're a civilian. When you're someone that's not part of the gang life, then you don't have to answer to anyone. You don't owe loyalty to anyone. You only owe loyalty to yourselves, to your family, and to the people that support you, to your fans, to the people that are supporters that watch you every day. If they have something to say, you should take note, listen, be clear-headed and open-minded, and don't get clouded with the views and the fact that you're coming up. Because, see, that's what happens a lot in this industry, in social media. People they get beside themselves. They don't start acting the way they were acting 6 months ago when they were struggling. No one does. When you're struggling, you're real. You're going through that struggle, man. You're hoping everybody is real with you. But as soon as someone gets a little bit of something, as soon as they get a little clout or a little bit of energy in the positive direction, 99% of the people on this shit throw that away for the way that they look. They think they're bad. That's what it comes down to, man. I've experienced it so many times. I'm never going to switch up. I'm always going to be the same. And that's why I'm on the tip of everyone's tongue or deep in their throat, because at the end of the day, you know, when people are trying to manipulate the system and trying to cause tension and drama, and they want to see you fail. And the only way to beat someone who wants to see you fail is to continue to stack up success. Now, Jayren and his Pops have done that. They've stacked up success. But what I've seen, and this is just myself, and I'm a supporter. I support their channel. I watch, okay? That's what I do. And I've seen them cross over from just addressing music and doing reviews and giving an honest take on how they feel about that particular artist, whether it's Brother Lynch, X-Rated, rappers from the East Coast, Midwest, like they said, London. They've been doing it all, addressing rappers and reviewing rappers from all over the world. When I see you cross over from the rap style of things into the gang style of things, that's when I get a little concerned. I get a little concerned, not that it's any of my business to tell them to stop, but I am, as a supporter, I feel obligated in my own ways to tell them, hey, having lived that lifestyle, having really been from a Norteño gang, having really functioned behind them walls, having really been in the household, having really held position in a household of a Norteño movement, whether it was in the past or the present, right? The fact remains that I think I know and I'm qualified to say, hey, ponte trucha. Just be aware that when you go from civilian to associate, it's a line, an invisible line that you cross without even knowing. Okay? I know my neighborhood that I was from, no cameras allowed. Now, I'm not to say that they're not going to do that in the future or people ain't doing it right now, but that used to be definitely a saying within our hood. No cameras allowed. Don't tell our program or our get down to anyone outside of the hood because it's not for anyone's business. We didn't care about the clout. We didn't care about any of that. We had so much shit going on behind the scenes. We didn't want anyone to know because they were going to tell on us. See, but nowadays that has changed. Gangs are not only becoming, they're becoming a lot, but one of the things that I know that they're becoming even more so than anything is entertainment. And they're becoming watered down and they're becoming mainstream, meaning that everybody, anyone could just turn on a channel on YouTube or any other social media platform and see a hood, see a barrio, hear people talk about and explain their hood politics and their reglas and a lot of things to a person that doesn't even have that background. You're not qualified if you just listen to music because let me tell you, just like a movie and the music, people are bullshitting you. Half the guys that are doing these rap songs ain't about that life. Half of these guys that are talking about things, they're talking about things that they seen or they heard about, but not talking about things that they were involved in. But then you do have guys that are actually living that life. But as a person on the outside looking in, you'll see how long they live that life before they get life or they get their life taken. Because that's what really happens when you're really functioning at a high level, an elite level within the gangs, especially in California, Chicago, Florida, Atlanta, places like this where the gangbanging is pretty fucking real. New York, all that, stand up, right? When you think that the music is how it is, that's far from what it really is. There's a lot of cutthroat, a lot of fucking disloyalty, a lot of other things going on behind the scenes and shit that should not be put on social media, but it is. Okay? I tell stories. My whole get down is letting people know the lifestyle that I lived. And in some of those stories, man, it's going to bring up certain names. And in some of those stories, it's going to bring up certain situations. But I try to dumb it down as much as possible because I'm not trying to get anyone caught up behind what I say. Because regardless, and quite contrary to what everybody thinks, man, I'm not an advocate against gangs. I'm not trying to get them stuck. That's their business, what they're doing. I'm just letting you know when I lived that life, what I was about and the stories that I got to tell, and they're pretty entertaining because of the way I tell them. And that's that. Not doing it for clout, not doing it for recognition. And in fact, I hate recognition. Recognition can get you caught up. Back to Jayren. When I made my video, it was with the hopes and prayer that he would see it and get an understanding of what I'm trying to say, which is just ponte trucha. Just be aware, homie. And I'm sure he is, and I'm sure his pops is right there with him in his earlobe, man, letting him know, like, mijo, we need to watch out. This is a dangerous situation. And I'm sure there's places that they've learned to avoid and places that they pulled up and they've gotten embraced and showed love to. And that's fine. That's understandable. They're considered civilians, not a threat to the hood. They don't got no bad intentions when they go. But there are those, and there's whispers going around, people in position, people that are on a higher level that don't agree with these fucking hood vlogs, that don't agree with outsiders coming to the inside and learning the ins and outs of things that they shouldn't know. Now, has that opinion been voiced yet? Has someone acted upon that? Not yet, but it's only a matter of time of who they're going to make an example of. Case in point, you got this cat right here, right? What's his name? Rodney in LA, who's notoriously known for hood vlogs, probably the king of hood vloggers. Not something he started, but something he definitely put his foot in that water, man, and decided to dive head in or head, just boom, he's in. And this past week, he's been getting a lot of hatred. There's been a lot of people on his bumper. There's been a lot of people that feel that he set 2 Crips up in LA to be accosted and hit up by some Southerners, some Southsiders, right? And that situation right there, I did a video on it, was way out of his hands. You know, did he put those Crips right there on that block, in a block that is a barrio of the Southsiders? One never knows, does one? But there's a lot of people saying he did. And so now he went from everybody embracing him and loving him and inviting him to the hood to where now he has to be real skeptical about what barrio and what hood he's invited to, because people are trying to blame him. They're playing the blame game and say that the reason why those 2 young brothers right there were accosted, hit up, and made to look a certain way, basically put them 2 dudes in danger, them youngsters, that was him. It's all on him. He knew better than to take them to that neighborhood. But who's to say that he didn't just pull up to interview them when he's seen them? He's seen 2 gang members on a corner, hit him up, got to talking to him, and then shit unfolded organically, right? We don't know. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people on social media pushing that hard line and blaming him. So that's why I get back to Jayren TV and his pops. It's all love. It's all good. I appreciate and support exactly what they're doing and understand that they've been doing this. And they got it, man. They got it. According to them, they got it. It's all good. Whoever told them what they told them, they believe it, right? And they feel comfortable and good. And that's great, man. But I'm saying, man, things like that could switch up in a barrio, in a hood. Who am I to tell them what they can and can't do? I never have, and I never will. In fact, I enjoy it. I'm just saying, with this new hood vlog shit, it's only a matter of time before someone acts a fool, before someone is injured or assaulted on camera. And more than likely, it's going to be the civilians that get it, because I know gang members are not supposed to attack civilians or hate on them or either care. But I'm telling you, there's a threshold and a line there. And once you cross it, that invisible line in the sand, you no longer are considered a civilian. You are considered an associate in association. When I go onto your channel and you're bumping certain types of music, you may think in your mind like, hey, I'm just bumping this music because we enjoy music. We enjoy the culture. The lifestyles kind of we don't fantasize about the lifestyle, but it's kind of intriguing. And, you know, we're curious. Curiosity kills the cat, right? But at the same time, like I said, it gets deeper than just rap music. It gets deeper than what you hear on lyrics. It gets way deeper because I lived it, and I'm here to tell you, right? So the response video was pura. It was great. Again, I apologize for getting caught up with this fucking troll or this person that tried to start controversy. That's why when I made my video, I had there's no disrespect in my heart for Jayren TV. He's becoming a part of the culture, especially in Northern California and Southern California. He's becoming a name whispered amongst rappers and gang members. That's facts. And I see the embracement there. I see the love. I see the respect. I see I'm losing my voice. But I see a lot going on with him. And keep doing your thing. I just truly hope and I pray, man, that nothing bad comes of it or nothing bad happens. Because all it takes is one wheel out from anywhere to say, shut that shit down. And the last thing you want to be, man, is caught up or be made to look like the villain, like you are a part of some bullshit when you're not, when you're an innocent person that's just trying to do their thing. I respect it. You know, it's crazy the facts that people would even try to fake, you know, make a fake page of your pops. And obviously he's trying to stir up conflict with people. I was of the understanding I was talking to your pops. In fact, I actually looked up the name and it took me back to a page that has several photos of your pops, has several photos of your guys' podcast. And there was several hundred, subscribers to that page. So I thought it was. I was like, oh, shit, because usually when it's a troll or it's someone that's just fucking with it, they'll have zero support. They'll have maybe 1 or 2 people that they manipulated on there. And you're like, this is bullshit. This is caca. But this one actually is well established. So obviously this goes to tell me this person's established, been doing this for a minute, faking pops, the pops profile. Or, right, it's someone who's definitely fucking fascinated with what you do and decided that if they went in there, maybe it would bring you guys more attention. Look, you're ahead of me in the game. I've been doing what I've been doing in my lane for years. Jayren TV is a totally different type of channel. Is there any type of twist where there's some type of correlation between us? I think just me having been in Norteño in the past and Jayren TV and them pulling up on Norteño Barrios, pulling up and doing interviews with Northerners is kind of the common ground. Other than that, there is no common ground, man. Other than I watch their channel and I support it. And obviously, man, they know who I am because I've seen Jayren in my lives slide in on TikTok a couple times, right? Not necessarily saying anything, but I've seen him flash through, and I've seen other people from Sacramento, a lot of different rappers. Of course, you know, if you don't think I got a seat at the table right here, then you're very sadly mistaken. You know, and I believe they got a seat at their table as well. So I just want to make this. I'm not going to double back and apologize like I said something wrong because I didn't say anything wrong. I spoke my mind and I kept it real. And like I said, my only intention with making the video I made was to tell them, just keep trucha, man. Don't trust everybody, especially in the gang lifestyle, man. You'll notice that a lot of people that give testimony about their gangs, their past gang affiliation or whatever they're doing, there's always regret within them. You'll never hear anyone saying, you'll never hear a gang member saying in their life, I want my kids to grow up and be from the barrio. If they did, they're fucking got mental issues, right? They're stupid, but I want my kid to carry this legacy on and be from the barrio and shit. Those are dudes that are fucking wannabes. You'll never hear that. But you'll always hear dudes saying, man, I want my kid to do better than me. I want him to do something like that. That's what I'm saying. Even gang members have regret. They wish they can go back, right? And not be involved in what they're involved in, but it's too late. When you're in for a penny, let's say you're in for a pound. And that's what I'm saying. When you're hanging around those guys, whether it be innocent, once you get into interviewing gang members and being intrigued with the complexities of that lifestyle and that culture and what it really is, you now become in association with that. You know, when I go onto your page and I hear you bumping Woody or I hear you bumping Lil TYS and I know it's for the love of the music, but when it starts to become just that more so than any other genre of music, when you say, oh, we listen to music from everywhere, right? But I'm hearing most of the music on your page, Northern California rap music. It starts getting people to wonder if your association is becoming affiliation, right? Even though I know it's not, I'm just saying people will question that. There are people that run around and say, oh, them guys, they show a lot more love to the North than they do the South, right? I don't believe so because I've seen them interview Southerners as well as I've seen them interview Northerners. Now, I did see them pull up in Northern California and do their thing. But does that mean that they're trying to get jumped in? Obviously not, right? Nobody wants to do that at this day and age. But the fact remains that there are stupid asses out there that see it one way and not yours. Just keeping it real. My whole thing is this, man. Thank you for the response video. I appreciate you clearing that up, that was not your Pops' page and that someone tried to infiltrate. And they did. They got to me and they said, hey, man, whoop-de-whoop. And I felt like I should address it. But guess what? I was probably going to address it eventually anyways, whether they got at me or not, because I'm in the content business, right? And that's content to me. When I see and I hear and I talk to a lot of people behind the scenes, a lot of the same people you probably talk to, Jayren, right? And when I talk to these guys behind the scenes on off camera, you know, they tell me and names get mentioned and your name has been brought up a couple times. Hey, what's up with this cat? You fuck with him? You say, oh yeah, man, we fuck with him, man. He's cool. His pops is cool. This, I've heard this. This is facts, right? And I'm like, damn, he's heavy with the homies, huh? He's heavy with the homies, meaning, man, like he fucks with you guys tough. Yeah. That's little homie right there, right? It's just conversation. But one conversation can lead to a bigger conversation that can lead to bullshit. And I just want to say, you don't need me to tell you you're grown men with children. Pops, I said mine, man. Shout out. Thank you for exploring the avenues with your son and protecting him from the drama. But just understand this, man. The drama gets real out there in Northern and Southern California and everywhere else. But I think you know that. So anyway, that's my response video to your response video. Again, man, no hard feelings, no love lost, man. It's all love. It's all respect. Keep doing what you guys are doing. I enjoy. You guys are funny, entertaining, bro. I enjoy your reviews and your perspectives. And that's just what it is. Motherfuckers can hate on me and try to stir up controversy all they want. And I'm not saying they're doing it. I'm just saying people can. And you can't never win, bro. I'm the rooster in this motherfucker. El gallo fucking blanco, right? You see it as cock. I see it as the rooster. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. People trying to stir controversy and drama between me and someone who does reviews on music and interviews in gangs. I got nothing to do with that. To each their own. But I send mines, right? This video is sponsored by Vario Liquors out there in Turlock, California, man. If you're ever in the area, Jayren, if you're ever in the area, pull up to Vario Liquors out there in Turlock. Go tell Lali I sent you. See if you get the little discount, right? Also, Sticks and Stones Yard Service out there in AZ, man. Why don't you give that dude a call? Google him, look him up. And if he's in your direct area, support your local business. This is the gun. My respects to everybody. Bang, bang.